In case you missed it, there is evidence circulating that suggests King Von might still be alive. It all begins with the body cam footage from the night he supposedly died.
No. Yo, you sit over here. You sit over here, brother. Yo, you better watch out. This is my brother, okay? Hey, come on, chill. Come with me, okay? Okay. You, get out the car. Out the car. Okay?
Calm down, he's shot.
Get out the car.
I gotta go to the hospital, my leg.
Yeah, we gonna get you out.
This led to speculation and a looming threat of evidence emerging. One message reads, "There are a lot of holes in the story of King Von's death. If you truly investigate it, you'll notice them. If anyone were to fake their own death to avoid murder charges, it would be him." After King Von's reported death, he was allegedly connected to the murder of FBG Duck, accused of paying O-Block members $100,000 along with several Diamond O-Block chains for the hit. He was also tied to the murder of K.I., as well as several other Chicago homicides, as detailed in Trap Law Ross's King Von documentary. Around this time, individuals close to FBG Duck tweeted, "King Von made it through 2 surgeries, woke up screaming for his firearm, went into shock, and passed away. He only had 1 more surgery to go."
Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How do you know what's going on inside the hospital? That
Because she was there at the hospital.
This suggests that King Von was still alive in the hospital even after being shot. With this information coming to light, many are now questioning how Bowie knew, 2 years ago, that King Von never had a firearm, which may explain why, when he woke up in the hospital, he was desperately searching for one but couldn't find it.
You said the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King Von
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is post blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That f*** me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
This makes the story even more confusing, yet increasingly intriguing. Because when you dig deeper into King Von's passing, you begin to notice the inconsistencies and start uncovering a different narrative. On November 5, 2020, King Von and his crew headed to a club in Atlanta to celebrate the release of his new album. What was meant to be a massive celebration quickly turned into a nightmare. Growing up in a dangerous environment like O-Block, King Von understood the risks of being caught off guard. That's why he rolled out to the club with 20 to 25 O-Block members and personal security. The entire group was spread across 8 vehicles. Even 100K Track, his manager, spoke on the extreme security measures Von took that night.
I travel with 1 security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
However, later that night, something drastically changed. King Von suddenly shut everyone out. He pulled his hood over his head and began avoiding everyone around him. While the rest of his crew continued partying and enjoying themselves, Von grew distant. Around 2:30 a.m., his entourage began exiting the club. King Von got into the back of his Escalade, hood still up, and didn't speak to anyone. The original plan was to head back to the Airbnb for the night. But halfway there, King Von told his driver to turn around. While the rest of the crew was en route to the Airbnb, Von instructed his driver to head to another club, Monaco. This was the first in a series of decisions that ultimately led to the tragic end of King Von.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, "Hey, bro, we here by." Matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, "Hey, bro, you know we here by ourselves. Like, where you guys at?" And everybody rerouted to that. For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 35 minutes.
His manager then hopped into the truck trying to check on him and was finally able to make Vaughn agree to go into the lounge. However, due to the club's rules, Vaughn's crew had to leave their firearms in the cars. They would end up sending the security in to make sure everything was safe on the inside before King Von headed in.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
For some reason, the people in King Von's truck didn't inform the rest of the team about the D2 to Club Monaco until they had already arrived. This meant that Von showed up at the club with only one security guard by his side. When the rest of the crew found out, they rushed to Monaco, but by then, Von was already sitting in the parking lot. His manager noticed something was off. Von wasn't acting like himself. He sat quietly in the corner of his Escalade, hood up, not saying a word. This man is, I promise you, the best artist I've ever worked with in my life, his manager later said. But that night, something was just off. He stayed in the car for like 30 to 35 minutes. Concerned, the manager got into the vehicle to check on him. After some time, he convinced Von to head inside the lounge. However, due to the club's policy, the crew was required to leave their firearms in the car. As a precaution, they sent security in first to check the venue and ensure everything was safe. I went to the car he was in, the manager recalled. I was like, yo Von, went inside the passenger seat and said, bro, what's going on? Everybody's here waiting. Let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. So we told security, hey, Von's ready. Time to go in. They checked the venue and the outside, just making sure everything was clear. But while they were inspecting the inside, the real danger was already outside. Unbeknownst to them, Quando Rondo was asleep in his car in the parking lot, accompanied by a few of his crew members. One of Von's security guards noticed him and rushed over to inform Von. Did you know Quando's here? He said. Just before entering the club, one of Von's friends approached the Escalade and delivered the news. Von immediately jumped out of the vehicle, eager to confront Quando. Quando's crew quickly woke him up and got him out of his white car. Von's team tried to calm him down and prevent a scene, but it didn't work. Von rushed around the front of the vehicle and began swinging at Quando, who was still groggy from his nap. He jumped out so fast, I don't even think he knew exactly where Quando was, one witness said. He just bumped into him, and they immediately started brawling. Only a few seconds into the fight, Quando's close friend, Lil Tim, who had been sleeping in the back seat, slid out of the vehicle and opened fire on King Von. Von was hit multiple times. His manager was also struck in the leg during the chaos. Some of Von's crew, who were still armed, retaliated instantly, opening fire on Lil Tim and bringing him down just a few feet away. With gunfire erupting in the area, 2 off-duty officers working nearby and 1 on-duty officer pulled up to the scene. They unleashed multiple rounds in response to the chaos, striking and killing one of King Von's friends. Amid the gunfire, Von lay in the middle of the street, still beside Quando Rondo. Many believed Quando was attempting to snatch Von's chain before fleeing. However, Von's manager, 100K Track, shared a different perspective. Was he trying to take Von's chain? Track asked. Honestly, I don't think bro even had any jewelry on. From what the people close to Von said, he was actually holding onto Quando, to him as a shield. Von was holding onto Quando tightly, almost as if to say, you're not going anywhere, you're here with me. Even after being shot, he was strong enough to physically restrain him. Once the gunfire died down and things calmed momentarily, the focus shifted to saving King Von's life. His best friend, Muwop, ran into the street, knocked Quando out of the way, and lifted Von off the ground. He carried him to the getaway vehicle in an attempt to get him immediate help. Meanwhile, Quando Rondo and his team fled the scene, jumping into their white car and driving straight to the hospital. Despite being shot 4 times, King Von remained conscious during the entire ride. According to 100K Track, Von was the one keeping others calm in the car. He reassured them, saying he'd be okay. This only deepened the mystery surrounding whether he truly succumbed to his injuries. I wasn't in the car myself, 100K Track said. But the guy who was there with Von was panicking. Von told him, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm going to be good, Just get me to the hospital. The way he carried himself, even in that condition, made everyone believe he was going to survive. But then the news broke, shaking the entire rap industry. King Von had reportedly passed away. Known as one of Chicago's most fearless and feared figures, it was shocking to learn that he had died in a confrontation with another rapper. The story made national headlines. Authorities confirmed that one of the 3 individuals who died in the shooting was Chicago rapper King Von. 2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation, officials said. That altercation escalated into an exchange of gunfire. Even the next day, emotions ran high in O Block. An O Block member went live on Instagram, showing a mural of King Von being painted near the neighborhood. He warned viewers while pointing out a suspicious vehicle nearby. "I walk over here and see this Von picture," he said. "I know it's a lot of whoops watching. Let y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man, watch that truck. Watch that truck right there."